There are 5 types of women the Bible warns men to stay away from because they can destroy your life, drain your finances, and lead you away from God. Number 1. The adulterous woman. Proverbs 5, verses 3-5 says, "For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death." The Bible describes the adulterous woman as someone whose words and presence feel sweet and comforting. If someone follows that path, it uses strong imagery like her steps lead to death to show that it leads people away from peace, integrity, and a good future. This is often a situation where a man gets emotionally or physically involved with a woman he shouldn't be with. Maybe she's already in a relationship, or the connection is built on secrecy and temptation. Number 2. The proud woman. Proverbs 11:22 says, "Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who shows no discretion." Beauty without wisdom is empty, because what makes a relationship strong is not just appearance, it is character. The Bible is warning about a person who rejects correction and refuses to be taught, someone who cannot receive advice, someone who believes they are always right, no matter what. And pride like that slowly destroys relationships, because when a person cannot be corrected, they cannot grow. Every conversation becomes a battle instead of a learning moment. But a wise partner is different. A wise person is teachable, and that kind of humility is what builds peace and a strong foundation for the future. Number 3. The quarrelsome woman. Proverbs 21:9 says, "Better to live on the corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife." And Proverbs 21:19 says it is better to live in the desert than with someone who is constantly angry and argumentative. Now, notice something important. The Bible is not talking about normal disagreements. Every healthy relationship will have moments of disagreement. It is talking about a pattern, a spirit of constant conflict. Someone who always argues, finds fault, or brings tension into the room, because love doesn't grow well in chaos. Peace is not optional in a home. Without peace, even strong love eventually starts to break. Number 4. The unbeliever. 2 Corinthians 6:14 says, "Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers." A yoke is a wooden tool that connects 2 animals so they can pull in the same direction. But if one animal tries to go forward and the other pulls in a different direction, nothing works. Everything becomes slow, heavy, and frustrating. That is what this verse is warning about. When 2 people are not aligned spiritually, their lives eventually start pulling in different directions. One is trying to grow closer to God, the other is moving in a completely different direction. And over time, that tension becomes hard to ignore. This doesn't mean unbelievers are bad people, but it does mean direction matters more than feelings. Because in relationships, you don't just share emotions, you share influence, decisions, and the direction of your life. And if someone doesn't share your faith, they may slowly pull you away from your purpose without even realizing it. Number 5. The manipulative woman. Proverbs 7 gives a warning about a young man who is pulled into temptation not through force, not through violence, but through words. It says he followed her like an ox going to the slaughter. In other words, he didn't even realize where he was heading until it was too late. Notice something important. The Bible doesn't emphasize her appearance, it emphasizes her speech, her ability to persuade, to emotionally pull him in step by step. This is what manipulation looks like. Some people don't force you into decisions, they slowly talk you into them. They make wrong things feel reasonable and dangerous things feel normal. But manipulation is not love, because a relationship built on emotional control will always end in regret, even if it feels right at the beginning. So the women the Bible warns you to stay away from are the adulterous woman, the proud woman, the quarrelsome woman, the unbeliever, and the manipulative woman. Don't keep this to yourself. Share it with people you don't want a woman to destroy their future. Comment, "I will obey," if you're not just listening, but actually ready to live this.